me wonderful, and I've appreciated every minute of it. I know I'll be back too. I'm not ending this. I'm just saying I know I'll be back after this census thing is over with.
Well, you know, I was thinking you did such a nice endorsement for me the other day. I was thinking about all the things that you've learned in the last little while, and some of which were not on our list at all. You had some enormous technical challenges that you overcame.
Right.
I mean, during this period, you got a new cell phone.
Right. New camera.
You were fooling around with images on your website with your photographer.
Right.
That's the first time I ever covered that with a student.
Learned how to do a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And with your, with your encouragement, I did a Zoom presentation, which I've never done before. And it turned, speaking of which, I have to share with you. So when I gave that, the Indian quilt stories to the women of the DAR, now hold that thought. One of the women said, I said, well, something about, no, the Indian women did not use moss as diapers. And this woman just gave me a little email back and she said, well, I read a book about moss in diapers, and she gave me the name of the book. And then she just closed. So I got the book, opened it up, middle of the book, right there. There was the whole story about moss and diapers and women who used, indigenous women who used moss in their everyday cleaning. And so I read it, I assimilated it, and then because I saved all the women's email addresses in a folder, I went back in and I opened up the folder and went back to the club and I said, this lovely, intelligent, well-read woman told me to read this book, and I did. And on page 109 and then I described more of the conversation about diapers, and I attached it as a 4-page, it was a 4-page discussion on moss in diapers in indigenous women. And which is one reason why it took my mother 3 years to research this quilt, because there's so little information about women, indigenous women. And I sent it off and she wrote me right back and she said, not only are you a great storyteller, but you're a good listener too.
That's good.
I loved it. But I let the whole club know that I heard what they had to say. I listened, I did the research, and I came back with 4 more pages on that one subject.
Well, this is another thing that you're learning, and if we lit the fuse in this class, that's great, is the way to come up with really original, deep, nutritious content is exactly what you're talking about. I mean, so many speakers get up in the front of the room and practically read the jokes that they got in their email.
Right.
That everybody else got.
Yeah.
And you will never be accused of that because you're doing the original research and you're maintaining relationships that are feeding you, that are like feeding you this intel, even if you do have to go back and research it and corroborate it, But amazing content is what helps create amazing speakers. You just can't, talking about sizzle and steak again, you just can't be all sizzle and no steak.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so congratulations. You've come a long way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.